it almost never fails that whenever I'm working on a project or I'm browsing the web or something, I run across an idea, something triggers a memory, and I need to write something down. And if I'm on my Mac, easily the best way to do that is using the quick entry dialog. And my preference is I have that set up for Control Option Space. So if I hit that now, this is what I'm greeted with. Let's bring that up to the center here. And it's pretty simple. I can type in my new task and get it just like that. Hit enter, and then if we swap over to OmniFocus, you can see there at the bottom of that list, I have my new task. So you can do a lot of different things with this. I mean, a lot of people, they like to bring this up and they type in their new task, and then they want to go through and they want to type in what the specific project is that you want, the context. They put all the information in here. For me, I just find that I don't really want to take all the time to do that. I'm better off to just put in the title and be done and not worry about it. So I very rarely will put in the project and context and information in there because I know that I'm going to have time to go through my inbox items at a later date. But there are also times whenever I am, say I'm looking at the Bookworm site, I just finished posting this for a latest episode. So in this case, the latest one we've published is Deep Work. And if I go through here and I'm looking at some of the notes, I may run across something. It's like, oh yeah, I'd like to follow up with that. I'd like to follow up on this episode and do something a little more with it. A lot of times I'll just open up the URL up there and I'll hit Control-Command-O, which is my shortcut for opening up that quick entry dialog, but with all of the information populated. So in this case, it's grabbed the title of the web page, put that as the title of the task, drops in the URL in the notes field, and it's ready to go. So for me, I will immediately just hit enter, get it gone, and then back over here in OmniFocus, you can see it's added that to the bottom of the list again. So that's really all I ever use those for. Most of the stuff that I ever collect is web pages. You're probably gathering that by now. But for the most part, that's all I'm ever going to grab, and it's the most I ever do with it. Everything else is typically just typing it in later on, getting things into the inbox, and then I'll process it later on. On iOS, there's not really a similar way to do this, simply because there's not a quick and easy way to invoke a dialog on top of all the other applications you have going on. For me, I just use Drafts for that. Drafts is easier to get to. It works faster in most cases, so that's the route I typically go for there. I know there's the little button in the bottom right-hand corner of that, but I never use it, so I'm not going to demo it because I couldn't even tell you how it operates right now. So most of the time whenever I'm doing quick entry, it's primarily on the Mac, and whenever I'm working on something else and need to grab an idea really quick.